If you're planning a trip to Rome, especially if this is going to be your first time visiting the city and you don't want to miss any of the must-see spots, then this video is for you. From ancient ruins to mouth-watering gelato, I'm covering the best things to do in Rome. You just can't go to Rome without visiting the Colosseum. It's basically the heartbeat of ancient Rome. The Colosseum, also known as the Flavian Amphitheater, is a massive ancient arena in the heart of Rome. It was built nearly 2,000 years ago, around 70 to 80 AD, and was used for public spectacles like gladiator battles, animal hunts, and even mock naval battles. Yes, the Romans actually flooded it with water to simulate naval battles. In its fully functional state, it could hold between 50,000 and 80,000 people, making it the largest amphitheater ever built and is still the largest standing amphitheater in the world. Today, the Colosseum is one of the most iconic landmarks in the world and a powerful reminder of Rome's imperial past. Whether you're into history or not, just standing beside the Colosseum makes you realize how advanced and brutal ancient Rome was. If you have the time and budget, I definitely recommend taking a tour of the interior. You'll get access to areas like the arena floor and underground tunnels where the gladiators and animals were kept before the fights. It really brings the history to life in a way that just viewing it from the outside doesn't match. But if you don't have the time and or the budget, then I still highly recommend stopping outside the Colosseum. The sheer scale of it is breathtaking even from the outside, and you can walk all the way around it to get different angles. What you might not see from the photos on the internet is the detail in this building. And this is something that I discovered all over Europe. There's a lot more detail in their architecture. But bringing it back to the Colosseum, just being here definitely makes you feel the energy of ancient Rome. The Colosseum is right next to the Roman Forum and Palatine Hill, so you can definitely see all three sites in one go. I recommend doing just that if you can. The Roman Forum was once the bustling heart of ancient Rome. It was the place where emperors gave speeches, lawmakers debated, and citizens gathered for things like festivals, trials, and public announcements. You'll walk past important buildings like the Temple of Saturn and the House of the Vestal Virgins. It's surreal to think that this was once the most powerful city in the world and you're standing where it all happened. Right above the Roman Forum is Palatine Hill, which is where legend says that Rome was founded by Romulus. It later became the Beverly Hills of ancient Rome. It was the place where emperors and aristocrats built their luxurious palaces. Next up is one of the most iconic spots in all of Rome, the Trevi Fountain. You've probably seen the Trevi Fountain in movies or on Instagram, but you'll find that it is even more magnificent in person. This massive Baroque style fountain is more than just a photo stop. It's full of history and tradition. The most famous tradition is tossing a coin into the fountain over your left shoulder with your right hand. Legend says that if you do this, you are guaranteed to return to Rome someday. But note that this fountain is usually super crowded during the day, especially in peak seasons like the summer. So if you want that magical, less crowded or less chaotic experience by the fountain, then it's best to go really early in the morning or much later in the evening when the crowds have dispersed. If you're visiting Rome on a budget, then this is one of the spots where you can explore on your own just fine. It's free to just walk around the fountain, so make sure you stop here. Next up is the Pantheon. A lot of people walk right past it without realizing how important and awe-inspiring it is. It's over 2,000 years old and still standing strong. The Pantheon was originally built as a temple dedicated to all the Roman gods like Jupiter, Mars, Venus, and Neptune, which is actually where it gets its name. Pan means all and Theon means gods. So it wasn't a place for just one deity, it was a place for all of them, hence the name Pantheon. The Pantheon was later converted into a church, which is what saved it from being destroyed like so many other ancient buildings. Now here's the cool part. It has one of the most beautiful and perfectly engineered domes in the entire world. Seriously, architects still study it till today. And right in the center of that dome is something called the oculus. Basically, a giant hole that lets natural sunlight stream down into the space. It's simple, dramatic, and somehow peaceful all at once. If you stand directly under the oculus and look up, you get this surreal moment of stillness. It's quiet, it's beautiful, and it's honestly a spiritual experience. Next up is St. Peter's Basilica. This is honestly one of my favorite experiences in all of Rome. And that's saying a lot because Rome is full of jaw-dropping moments. The Basilica itself is absolutely breathtaking. Even before you step inside it, the scale of it, the detail on it, the way it dominates St. Peter's Square. Once you go inside, wow, it's even more incredible. The interior is filled with gold, marble, and centuries of art and history. You could easily spend an hour just walking around, looking up, and letting your jaw drop at Michelangelo's dome and Bernini's altar. Speaking of the dome, climbing to the top is a must-do. Yes, there are a lot of steps, and yes, it gets narrow near the top, but the views are 100% worth it. If you want to avoid climbing a lot of stairs, then I'll recommend getting a tour that includes the elevator access. You get this sweeping panoramic view of all of Vatican City, and you can see across the rooftops of Rome. It's one of those moments where everything just clicks. You really feel like you're in the heart of something historic and powerful. Instead of just walking through on your own and taking pictures, getting a tour will help you understand what you're looking at. You'll know the significance of the artworks, the stories behind the sculptures, and little details that you would otherwise miss. So after soaking in the grandeur of St. Peter's Basilica, don't just rush off, because walking through Vatican City is an experience in itself. Even if you don't do a full Vatican Museum tour, you can definitely take a stroll through the area. The scale of everything is massive. The buildings, the sculptures, the details. It's easy to forget that you're still technically in the middle of Rome, even though you're not. The Vatican is actually its own country. Yes, Vatican City is the smallest independent nation in the world, and you can casually walk into it from Rome like it's a public park. There are no border checks, no passport stamps, no questions, but you're suddenly in a new country. That alone, I think, is cool. The Vatican is also the headquarters of the Roman Catholic Church and serves as the official residence of the Pope, who lives in the Apostolic Palace within Vatican City. Right near the Vatican City and the Tiber River, you'll find Castel Sant'Angelo. This is a literal fortress with layers of Roman history. It was originally built by the Roman Emperor Hadrian as a monumental tomb for himself and his family. Then over the centuries, it was transformed into a fortress, a residence for the Pope, a prison, and even a hiding place for popes during sieges. Even if you don't go inside, just walking around the outside, it's totally worth it. The architecture is stunning, and the way it sits right on the riverbank makes it feel like it's something out of a movie. Castel Sant'Angelo is connected to the rest of the city by a bridge known as the Ponte Sant'Angelo. This bridge is lined with angel statues and offers one of the most picturesque views in all of Rome. You've got the Tiber River flowing beneath you, the dome of St. Peter's Basilica in the distance, and street musicians often playing nearby. It's one of those spots where you want to pause, take a breath, and just take it all in. It's also right next to a big bus hop-on hop-off stop, so it's very accessible. If you're looking for a chill, scenic moment in between all the ruins and crowds, then this is the place. Speaking of the big bus hop-on hop-off tour, if you're visiting Rome for the first time, this is honestly one of the easiest ways to see the city. It will take you to all the major spots: the Colosseum, the Vatican, Trevi Fountain, the Spanish Steps, and even Castel Sant'Angelo. You can sit on the top deck, enjoy the breeze, and get a great view of the city while learning about the landmarks through the audio guide. Plus, if you're short on time or you just don't feel like figuring out Rome's public transportation system, it saves you a lot of stress. When we visited Rome, we used the big bus hop-on hop-off tour to cover a lot of ground in one day, and I can confirm that it's worth it. One of the stops that often flies under the radar, but I think is definitely worth it, is the Capitoline Museum. If you're already on the big bus route, then it's super easy to just stop and head inside this museum. The museum is actually one of the oldest public museums in the world, and it's packed with incredible sculptures, paintings, and artifacts from ancient Rome. You will see the famous bronze statue of Marcus Aurelius on horseback, pieces of the colossal statue of Constantine, and tons of other jaw-dropping artwork in the museum. Plus, the views from the museum terraces overlooking the Roman Forum is unreal. It's the perfect spot for history lovers. Finally, no trip to Rome is complete without trying gelato. Gelato is Italy's version of ice cream, but it's creamier, smoother, and more intensely flavored. It's made with less air and less fat than traditional ice cream, so every bite is rich and velvety without feeling too heavy, and you don't feel too guilty about taking ice cream. It's the perfect treat after a day of sightseeing. You'll find gelato shops all over Rome, but try to avoid the ones that have very big neon signs looking like ice cream cones. These are usually the tourist traps. Look for gelaterias with natural colors and metal tubs instead. Trust me, your taste buds will thank you. And that's it for my list of the best things to do in Rome. I hope this video helped you plan your trip, or at least gave you a little travel inspiration. I have linked very affordable tours from Get Your Guide for all of the attractions I mentioned in this video. But if you're visiting multiple attractions, then I recommend using the Go City Pass for Rome. The link to the Go City Pass website is also in the description box of this video. Don't forget to hit the like button if you found this video useful, and subscribe to my channel for more travel content like this one. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Enjoy your gelato.